Welcome to this look at a new mod map to Farming Simulator 25 with me, MrSealyp. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm on Calm Lands. This is by erShaba, 126.43 megabytes download plus. I say plus, there are 3 required mods to download, which do download automatically. They are listed in the description. And when I start at the start farm, we start at the start farm. The slot count in all 3 game modes, new farmer, farm manager, and start from scratch, is exactly the same, 1004. So you start with all the same equipment and machinery. Whoa. All the same equipment and machinery. We've got a water tower there, water pump, sleep trigger and wardrobe trigger. Bale and pallet storage, 500. Water is just there. We've got a dog kennel, just here. I think it was Velvet. Yeah, there we go, Velvet. There you go. There goes Velvet. Silo, which is one of the required mods. That's a 500,000 litre standard crop type. We've got a cow pen that we start with, placeable ramp, that kind of stuff. But the map may have an issue. Potentially. Oh, not potentially. I personally think it has an issue. Let's have a look at the cow pen. So, pasture, just here. We've got 8 out of a potential 54 in the pasture on the hill, and then some equipment and machinery just here. The map looks like this. Now, I remember doing the map tour on Calmlands. Now, erShaba on FS22 had a reputation for maps packed with productions and all sorts of stuff. The Calmlands map tour, I remember the map. I don't remember the details. I'm sure this had the pancake factory, like diner type thing by Yoss, but obviously that's not out on 25 yet. I don't remember this grid pattern. But again, I could be misremembering. I don't remember the grid pattern. So as far as plot prices go, they're not too bad. They're all under 200. The smaller plots over to the side, because it's done like brick wall, so it's overlapping. The smaller plot prices are cheaper, obviously. We've got a couple of forested areas. We've got some areas that take in lake and river. But all the plots can be purchased. So as far as placeables and stuff go, you're absolutely golden. This is a pioneering map. This is a map, apart from the start field here at the main farm, you don't have another field on the map. It's all open prairie, rolling landscape for you to do whatever you want with. Not a lot of tree removal required either. Plenty of scope on all of these plots for carving out a farm, a community, whatever it is you might want to do. That would be entirely up to you. There are no additional crop types. There are no contracts because there are no fields on this map. There are no collectibles, didn't come across any. And what I will say is all the stuff here at the main farm is removable. So you can remove every single item here. I got the slot count down to 928. So it just gives you a blank canvas if you want the blank canvas. I mean, let's be honest, the rest of the map is a blank canvas. So if you're thinking, oh, I don't want to do that, I don't want a blank canvas, I mean, let's be honest, if you're on this map and you're going to really go for it, you're going to really go for it. As far as build mode goes, over and above the required mods, the 3 required mods, the only thing I could find really was under sculpting, under paint textures. There's a whole load of extra paint textures all in here. A whole load thrown in. I think we had under trees? Down the bottom here, we had a lot of separate Scotch pines. Doesn't say mod, but it's interesting because we've got the Scotch pine there, which is the placeable, and you can, by left and right on the D-pad, you can change the size of it. So the fact those are separate, and then potentially some plants. They look like all the base game ones to me, as far as I can tell. So the potential problem or issue becomes more apparent when we go to because it was that thing. I looked at the map and I suddenly thought, well, hang on a minute, yeah, I remember this bit. And then I suddenly thought, hang on a minute, what's going on? We'll be able to do a bit of cross-country stuff. I'm going to swap out the tractor in a moment when we get to the vehicle shop. Actually, we'll go across the grass for a car or a pickup or something, so it'll be a little bit quicker getting around. And it's to do with up here. So, well, I'll show you on the map. Look, on the map, all our icons there for our farm are showing. This area here is like an industrial area, you know, vehicle workshop, silo, sell point, that kind of stuff. But there's no icons showing. I keep getting this. There we go. Now the map's loaded. I don't want to say, well, that's because the map wasn't loading. There's no icons. So you don't know. When you go there, and again, there's a couple of icons on the ground, but not all of them. So I thought, hang on a minute, check my settings. Have I got my interactive zone markers on? I have. If we come back onto there, no, back onto there, and back to the map, and we zoom out again, and we look around the map, there are no others. And I thought, well, I mean, at the end of the day, if it's a pioneering map, there probably aren't any others. I had a bit of an aerial zoom around. This top corner is a bit of forestry. That area there is a sort of forestry staging area. This area down here does have something on it, and we're going to go down to that later on. But again, no icons showing. So then I thought, oh, okay, maybe you need to buy the land. It's not usual. That's more usual for farms or for animal pastures, not for the base game icons for sell points and vehicle workshops and silos and that kind of stuff. So I thought, well, you know what? It doesn't hurt to try, does it? So I bought that plot. Nothing came up. I bought this plot here as well. Buy that. That's a good thing because you can buy all the land, which means adding in extra sell points and stuff like that is great. Even if I come down one and back up again to this, I still got nothing. No icons showing, which makes it a little bit tricky. Because if you're going to hire work, I mean, I don't know what the AI splines are going to be like, but if you were going to create fields or set a destination or, you know, the go-to thing, there's no icon to click on. There's no, you can't send it to a place because it technically on the map doesn't exist. So I'm assuming the map's going to get an update. I can still show you them, and I'll show you if you ever get this situation occur. Now, the other thing as well, people might say, "Oh, I know what you've done." Go across here on these icons. That one there under hotspots, you've got them turned off. That's what it is. So if we go down these, they're all on. Look. If I turn them all off, you'll see all the ones over at the main farm disappear. If I turn them all back on again, these are the tools, trailers, combines, vehicles, everything's on. So it's not that either. I was trying to think, what are people likely to think it will be that people are likely to put in the comments. I thought, if I go through that checklist first, and again, it doesn't hurt because it's good that I'm thinking like that, because it'll be something obvious like that. I somehow would have turned off a setting and not realised I've turned off a setting. But again, I've done a lot of map tours and on various different, you know, versions of the game. I'm trying to think of another time I've encountered this. Now, you'll see on the ground itself. Look, so the icon is here for the vehicle shop. That's fine. Brilliant stuff. The reset point is also here, so if you reset anything, the vehicle will reset here. I'm going to walk around the next bit. I was looking for the vehicle workshop trigger. Now, on Riverbend Springs, you've got this building, and then further over here, in relation to this building, you've got your workshop trigger. Well, they've got this kind of like diner. There's no sell point here. And I walked all over the place with my menu open, top left, seeing if I could get a workshop shop trigger to come up. Again, gas station. There's nothing showing on the main map, but I drove over here with the tractor. It came up with the option to refuel, so this is your gas station. Then over here, this big old silo, again, there's no icons showing in there on either of those. Behind that, we've got all of these, and I thought, these have got to be sell points. They have to be, don't they? But again, no icons showing. So, the way to sort that out was, we come down to here, and we come down to our commodities lists, and we go up and down. You'll see, on the right-hand side, farmers market and grain silos. There's a cooperative one there as well. So you can find an animal dealer as well. So what you do, if this happens, like for example, grain silos, if I click tag place, it now gives me that little marker on my screen. There we go. If I turn around, you can see it. It's pointing in the direction I need to go. So this bit here, this is your grain silos sell point. Brilliant. We know that. That's cool. If we come down now and then we do the cooperative one, we'll do the farmers market in a second. Tag place. So your cooperative sell point is these across the back here. which is more your sort of vegetable root crop type things across the back. It looks like grapes as well, and olives and that kind of stuff. So that's that. But again, we had water, but then Katie is over here, but it's not showing up on the map as an NPC. But Katie is stood there. If you want to chat to Katie. Here we've got the animal dealer. So that's your animal dealer for buying and selling of your animals. Again, it's not showing on the map. And I thought usually with an animal dealer, you get an animal dealer sell point as well. So I came back to here, scrolled down till I found animal dealer. So there, go across, tag place. Our animal dealer sell point is just out here, just around the end of this building. So again, if you're looking for that, that's where that is. But then I went round all the way around this side of this building. I went down the sides here. I was looking for a workshop trigger, and I didn't come across one. I'm not saying there isn't one. I just didn't come across one. The other thing as well, let me go down to find wood chip because I was curious. Right over the back, there's not a biogas plant. There's no sawmill. Again, it's a pioneering map, so it's all here for you to put on yourself, which is absolutely fine. I just didn't think you'd have to put the icons on yourself. I know I'm being pedantic. Wood chip. No, that's his farmer's market. Wood beam. The other thing as well I was looking for, as I scroll up and down these, is there a location anywhere for buying things? I didn't find anything. There's quite a few things here where it says there's no selling point available, because a lot of those sell points are potentially either modded ones you might put in, or they might be part of productions, which again, there are no productions on the map. So yeah, this area here, again, let's say no icons shown on the map, but they are here. It's just it's interesting that some of them are showing on the ground, some of them aren't. I'm not quite sure why that is the case. Actually, you know what? Let's pull that park it. I'm going to grab a car very quickly. Let's go and grab that, do that, and we'll go. Now you notice here, this is because I haven't got the colour picker mod enabled for the map tour, but so I can just pick the sort of base game variation of. We'll release that, which will speed things up somewhat. So the other thing I thought as I was going around, again, I've done literally, I mean, hundreds of map tours. Whether it's on 17, 19, 22, 25, hundreds. I mean, I might even be up into the thousands by now. So the fact that when I'm doing map tours, they can blend together, not just between the previous version of this potentially, but obviously other maps as well. And when I drove down here, I got to a bit we're going to get to in a moment, and suddenly thought, I remember this being right in the middle of a forest. I'm sure this was in a forest. So I don't know if a lot of forest has been taken away on the map for this version. Again, potentially. Yeah, when we come down to this bit, I remember driving through here when I did the previous map tour on 22, I assume it was 22, and getting to this bit in amongst a load of trees and thinking, oh, this is really cool, and there's a little roadway that runs underneath the rocks, but yes, far more open, I think. I'm finding it's far more open. Now, as far as anywhere south goes, as you can see, this is all just do with it what you will. It is entirely your choice. Full sandbox for you to do whatever you want. Now, there's no other sell points, productions, buildings, anything like that any further south, southeast, not even southwest. What we are going to do though is we're going to I'll probably go straight across country. Actually, we're going to head over to this block here because that's where, to be fair, that's the final place we're going to visit. But as far as the features go on the map, there's a big old rocky outcrop and lake area to our south as we're coming past here. I'm not sure how I feel about these. Again, it's difficult. It doesn't matter what I say, I get clobbered either way. I've said many times before, I don't like to knock modders and map makers, and then people say, yeah, but you do it anyway. I'm just pointing things out. I'm just saying stuff, you know. It's the thing, I don't like to do something. There's all that implied, but I will bring this up or that up. I'm not saying, you know, well, what they do is awful. All I'm saying is, usually this kind of layout, this thing here, where you've got a worn track, and a bit in the middle that's still got grass, that's because the tyres of a vehicle will run along, and if you go backwards and forwards enough, you'll wear out all the grass, you'll compact it down a bit, Where you don't drive, which is the bit in the middle between your two sets of tyres, is where you get the grass. So I don't know if the scale of this is off, because obviously, if you look at the same with the tractor. If you look at my tyres that side, it's nowhere near the size of that. But it could have been done that it's almost like this is one lane and that's one lane, potentially. As I was kind of driving along, I was thinking, is the scale of this off? It just seems, these track and roadways seem very big. I don't know what sort of equipment you'd be, but again, it could be, it may well be designed to be two separate lanes. But yeah, just thinking things out loud, which isn't technically thinking. Well, I mean, I have thought first. So, yeah, we'll go right way across. I mean, you get a real idea of the vastness, the scale of, you know, this is the sort of map to me I find really daunting. I know when anything like this comes out with New Frontier and people are like, oh, you do a brilliant series on that map. I can only imagine what you would create. This sort of thing, I honestly, I've said many times before, I don't know, I wouldn't know where to start. I wouldn't know what to begin with. I wouldn't know what to do with it. It's too much to do yourself, I think. But then again, that's just me freaking out. So, this is the farmer's market. So we go back to that menu again, back to here, and that one there says farmer's market. If I click on tag place now, there you go, just the side there. If we go back to the map though, there's nothing showing whatsoever on here as far as an icon goes. But this is your farmer's market. This is the farmer's market sell point. None of these buildings, even though I've bought the land, these buildings, all that are here, are for decorative purposes. You can't sell them. You can't get rid of any of these. They are just here. But you know, I mean, because you've bought the land, nothing's stopping you potentially adding to this. Maybe have one of these, put in a sleep trigger at one of the buildings and have this as one of your start buildings or something like that. You can. But I say, I haven't come across a workshop trigger. There wasn't one at the main farm, or not one that I noticed, and I didn't find one up there. But again, that's not to say there wasn't one. I just wandered around the buildings hoping on my top left it would come up saying, you know, saying something, but it didn't. And that's the map. That's Calmlands by erShaba. Do you dare take on the challenge? Have you got what it takes to completely inhabit, I suppose, inhabit the map? Like I say, it may get an update. I can't imagine those things, the icons not showing, are intentional. I would be surprised if that was the case. I have tried in all three game modes as well. Like I said, it's 1004 slots in all three anyway. I've tried with various different options on and off, and I still didn't get any to come up. But anyway, I hope you found all of this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do, as always, enjoy the rest of your weekend. And thanks for watching.